and along with integration with the Telegram Messenger, they wanted to revolutionize data transmission and storage. Durov was literally taken by the throat, and one more step is considered an escape and is punishable by execution. So we kick the token to the curb because it's no longer needed and create excellent and useful services. Glad to welcome you to the CoinPost channel. As you may guess by the title and the preview, today we're talking about... I'm tempted to say that when I repeatedly blamed Pavel Durov in my videos for the absence of any official statements on the Telegram Open Network blockchain project, I didn't quite mean that. So, it was that the first and apparently Durov's last statement on TON was the announcement of the project shutdown. Guess we know the future of the Gram cryptocurrency then. There's simply no future for it, and there won't be any. Still, I want to discuss the reasons for this sad end, and also prospects for the messenger. Besides, I'd like to make Pavel an offer, since he's so eager for decentralization. Anyhow, first things first, so stay with me until the end and join our community by clicking the subscribe button. Let's begin. Let's start with the key points from Pavel's statement that are worth highlighting. So, part of the Telegram team, namely the best developers, had been working hard for 2.5 years to create a decentralized TON platform and the Gram cryptocurrency, which was supposed to inherit the principles of Bitcoin and Ethereum. He points out that they managed to achieve high results, and along with integration with the Telegram Messenger, they wanted to revolutionize data transmission and storage. Off the record, Durov could also aim to forget about the need to monetize the manager someday, as for example the creator of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, doesn't think about it. After all, his platform, despite some current imperfections and a tiny number of users by the standards of centralized internet services, perfectly pays for itself. I'd also venture to guess that the idea with Gram may not have belonged to Pavel himself, and he got dragged into this, which explains such modest attention paid to the project on his part until the very moment of closure. The main point of this message is that the Telegram Open Network is altogether cancelled, and you should not expect it. Any brands that use TON or Gram in their name have nothing to do with Telegram or Pavel Durov and are likely to be scammers. As for the developers that use the open source TON code to create their products on its basis, and we know that they launched at least one network under the free TON brand, Pavel wished them good luck to succeed where he couldn't, but he stressed that there were no plans for the integration with the messenger and they are not gonna provide them any support. Reading the Durov statement made me think of the song of Rammstein America Band. We won't put on the track because YouTube could get angry for copyright, but I'm sure that many of our viewers know these lines. We're living in America. And then the rest, that we not only live in America, but also obey its laws, regardless of what country we actually live in. In his post, Durov offered analogies with prospectors who invested in the development of a gold mine and who were then punished for their desire to sell the extracted gold. He said it was absurd, and his words seem right, but ignorance of the law does not exempt from liability. And I think that if a trader Tony Wise gets asked to comment on the situation with the Gram cryptocurrency ban, he'll be up to his old game, saying all these projects print their money and the regulators will definitely put an end to this. And that's what happened. You can complain about the laws of the United States and their absurd court as much as you like. But in fact, the unreleased Gram tokens could be recognized as securities, and the law was violated. Retroactively, of course. Everyone is smart. But if Telegram hadn't been taking their time and followed the path of most crypto projects, which quickly figured out a sloppy chain of transactions, released the cryptocurrency, and then completed the rest, then Gram would have made it to the exchanges and from there to the pockets of ordinary users. And since it's almost impossible to get a genie back in the bottle, Telegram would have been convicted and punished with a fine for sure, but the project would have been launched anyway. And now, Durov was literally taken by the throat, and one more step is considered an escape and is punishable by execution. This follows from his statement. That's why, after he finished talking about a stupid American court, he posted about the real reason for the TON project shutdown. It turns out that they were threatened with the freezing of Telegram bank accounts and deleting the messenger from Google Play and App Store, at which point Telegram would have turned from the fastest growing messenger into a narrow circle application and gradually lost its popularity. It makes sense that between TON, which doesn't even exist, and Telegram, in which they invested tons of money and effort, Pavel went for the messenger. But life doesn't end there, so let's talk about the prospects. Before summarizing and giving future forecasts, I want to start by asking you to support us by giving the thumbs up and reposting this video, so that it's seen not just by as many people as possible, but also by the Telegram team and Pavel Durov himself. The point is to be heard. If Pavel wanted a decentralized financial system, then there is nothing better than Bitcoin. Rewrite your wallet. If the regulators have a stubborn streak, add authorization through Telegram Passport and allow free payments in cryptocurrencies. By doing this one thing, you can achieve 3 goals. Reduce people's dependence on bank and payment systems, fulfill one of Durov's dreams, and attract new users to the messenger. I also advise you to prepare for the fact that they will make some severe changes to the Telegram messenger. Firstly, Durov now has to pay off TON investors, so that issue of monetizing the messenger has become even more relevant. Secondly, the TON shutdown doesn't mean throwing into trash all the achievements and plans for creating a decentralized system of transmitting and storing data. All this can work perfectly without the Gram cryptocurrency, and the only thing they needed it for was to attract investors' money. It was necessary to offer them something. Telegram has made significant progress in developing the promised VPN services, its domain name system, decentralized data storage methods, and other technologies that were supposed to create free internet inside the existing one. And it makes no sense to give up all this work, because the blockchain launch was forbidden only because it meant the release of Gram. So we kick the token to the curb because it's no longer needed and create excellent and useful services, which can also be monetized. To sum up, I want to point out that the Gram story clearly showed that, while it was the little-known startups that played cryptocurrency, they were ready to turn a blind eye to this. But when it came to the fact that large private companies with a vast audience of users were to start issuing their own money, regulators got actively engaged. Wanna say hi to Mr. Zuckerberg, who is waiting for the grass to grow with his Libra. And Durov will now become a prime example for anyone who decides to go this way. Countries and banks do not intend to give anyone control to issue money, even when it comes to corporations. So, dear gentlemen in large offices with bank accounts with many zeros, if you want a free financial system, come to Bitcoin and don't hesitate with this decision. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. It's the Coin Post channel. Subscribe and get enlightened.